The boy and the girl held hands and ran on the street. Behind them, the thugs were chasing them. The two people in front were running frantically, but unfortunately, they were chased to a dead end. The boy was scared and screamed helplessly, but in contrast to his panic, the girl smiled happily. She only saw the girl take off her gloves and grab the boy's hand. The gem on the girl's chest immediately lit up. The girl gave the boy a brick and told him to throw it when he heard her command. Then the girl muttered something in her mouth. The thugs were immediately hypnotized. Realizing that the opportunity had come, the girl shouted loudly and told the boy to throw the brick hard. The brick flew out of the alley and hit the police car, attracting them into the alley, so the thugs were quickly arrested. No one knew that this girl was not an ordinary person. Just a few days ago, Solbai was still under strict control because she and her mother, Misu, possessed the ability to foresee the future and hypnotize others. Therefore, they were locked up by a tycoon chairman for 20 years to serve an unjust purpose. From a young age, Solbi was only allowed to read fairy tales or books about animals. Other types of books never appeared near her, so she had no awareness of the outside world. Solbi hated this life. She always hoped that one day a prince would appear and take her away from here. Minjun took advantage of his father's business trip to bring his friends to the hotel to party. In contrast to other rich and playboys, Sukan is an intelligent and gentle boy. He was awarded a scholarship by Minjun family's company for many years and has worked for their company since he had not graduated from university. The difference in personality made Sukan feel uncomfortable when she came here. The loud music outside caught Solbi's attention. She was curious to know what was happening outside, but the servant only responded with coldness. Solbi was forced by the servant to eat a strange candy. Every time she ate it, she would fall asleep, but this time, Solbi did not swallow the candy. When the servant left, Solbi spat out the candy in her mouth. She quickly ran out and pressed her ear to the door to listen to the situation outside. At this moment, Sukan also went near the door out of curiosity. He reached out to touch the door. Solbi also touched it, and with her special ability, she saw Sukan even though the door was blocking way. When she saw Sukan, Solbi immediately felt that he was the prince. She believed that he came to take her out of here, but Sukan immediately turned around and left, making Solbi feel disappointed. However, just a moment later, the door opened automatically. Solbi was extremely surprised and happy. She quickly chased Sukang out of the hotel. Sukang saw Solbi following him and felt that she was very strange. Solbi followed him onto the bus, but she didn't know how to pay. The driver saw her staring at Sukang, so he thought she was with him. Reluctantly, Sukang had to pay for her. This was the first time Solbi had set foot in the outside world. While Solbi was still bewildered, the bus had already departed, causing Solbi to almost fall to the ground. Sukang quickly caught her. The two looked at each other. Solbi was even more certain that this was her prince. Solbi was quickly attracted by the strange sights outside. She pressed her hand against the car window and screamed non-stop. Sukang removed her hand from the window. Because Solbi had a mysterious ability, when Sukang touched her hand, she immediately knew his name and his family fish shop. Sukang was surprised to see that she knew his name and family. He asked Solbi many questions, but she only called him Prince and continued to look at the scenery outside. Sukan saw Solbi walking barefoot, so he gave her his shoes to wear. He looked at her helplessly, not knowing that his life would be turned upside down after today. Solbi happily followed Sukang all the way to his house. Sukang's mother saw him and asked why he was walking barefoot. Sukang pointed at the shoes on Solbi's feet. Sukang's mother thought that Sukang had brought his girlfriend home, but this girlfriend was a bit strange. After chatting with the fish, Solbi picked up a fresh squid and said that she was hungry. Sukang's mother quickly prepared a table of food. Solbi ate very happily. Sukang told her to eat quickly and he would take her back to the hotel. Solbi felt unhappy when she heard that. Sukang's mother held her hand to comfort her. Suddenly, Solbi said some strange things about mackerel. She was excited and pointed at the fish outside. Both Sukang and his mother were bewildered. Suddenly, two nutritionists from the school came. They wanted to buy a large amount of mackerel. Hearing that, Sukang's mother was extremely happy because she had a large amount of mackerel. Because the customer suddenly canceled the order, she didn't know what to do with them. Luckily, someone asked to buy them. Sukang's mother looked at Solbi, who was very happy beside, and noticed the pearl on her pendant. Sukang's mother wanted to ask something more, but was called away by Sukang. At night, she opened an old notebook and found an old photo. In the photo, Sukang was posing with a woman, and around the woman's neck was a necklace similar to Solbi's. A bad feeling arose in Sukang's mother's heart. At this time, Sukang was on the way to take Solbi back to the hotel. Solbi was delighted to see everything. She wants him to play all the games here. Sukang was so helpless with Solbi that he had to play quickly to please her. Unexpectedly, Sukang won every game he played. Sukang was so lucky that even he didn't expect it. When passing through the amusement park, Solbi excitedly ran inside to look around. Solbi brought a crown and put it on Sukang because he was the prince in her heart. Sukang was a bit embarrassed, but still took off the crown and told her she was childish. President Samjung returned after hearing that Solbi had escaped. He angrily scolded his destructive son. Samjung was extremely angry when he saw Solbi following Sukang back. luck. He was even angrier when he saw Solbi holding Sukang's hand and the gem on Solbi's necklace lit up. This proved that she had used her ability for Sukang. Samjung immediately vented his anger by slapping Sukang hard. That slap surprised Minjun. Samjung also scolded Sukang as a traitor and had him arrested and taken to the police station for kidnapping. Solbi was taken to the secret room by the servant. She told her mother that she had seen Sukang's future. To make Minjun understand what was happening, Samjung took him to the secret room. Samjung told Minjun about Solbi's and her mother's special abilities. Solbi was the lucky person Samjung had prepared for Minjun. Therefore, no one was allowed to touch Solbi. When Minjun saw Solbi, he developed special feelings for her. Secretary Cha went to the police station to bail Sukang out. Secretary Cha also announced that Sukang would lose his qualifications to join the corporation. Sukang returned sadly, now that he had lost a good job. Sukang's mother kept comforting him. Suddenly, a truck sped towards them, so Sukang's mother quickly pushed him away. After a strong collision, Sukang was lucky to escape death, but he lost his only mother. Sukang's mother's death was confirmed to be accidental because the driver was driving while tired, but the truth remains a mystery. While Sukang was spreading his mother's ashes on the river, he was ambushed by the boatman. The man put Sukang in a sack and threw it into the river, then staged the scene as if Sukang had left this world by himself. Minjun was extremely surprised when received the news that Sukang had left this world by himself. Minjun immediately ran home to question his father, but Samjung did not answer, but only told Minjun to protect his belongings in the future. Solbai was extremely heartbroken when Samjung announced Sukang's death. Solbai's hands tightly held the shoes that Sukang's mother gave her. Although she knew in her heart that Sukang was not dead, her tears still kept falling. Solbi was losing more and more vitality. Now she was just a lucky person to Minjun. Sukang woke up in a very strange place. He was saved by a kind fisherman. Taechun read an article about a young man who left this world due to his debt to him, but Taechun remembered Sukang's bloody body when Taechun was picked up. Taechun thought that Sukang might be being hunted. Sukang was in despair at this time. He felt that he should die. After recovering, Sukang decided to return to Seoul. Taechun gave Sukang an ID card with the name Myung-sung. Sukang was very surprised because Myung-sung looked a lot like him. It turned out that Myung-sung was Taechun's son who had died a year ago, but Taechun had not yet made a death certificate for his son. So, from now on, Sukang would live under the identity of Myung-sung. Sukang was very touched by Taechun's help. Time passed by quickly. 2 years passed. Sukang now opened a fish shop called Lucky Fish Shop in Seodo Market. Because of his bad luck, Sukang was always shunned by everyone. They say that if you touch him, you will have bad luck. Ever since Sukang came here, Sedong Market has not had a single day of peace. As for Solbi, she has helped Minjun win many victories in his work in the past 2 years. To thank Solbi, Minjun bought her a very thoughtful gift, but she doesn't need any gift. She just wants Minjun to let her go out, even just once. When he saw her expectant look, Minjun couldn't refuse. Because Solbi is not only a lucky person to him, but since the first time he saw Solbi, Minjun had feelings for her. When Butler Kim saw Minjun leading Solbi away, he immediately stopped her. Butler Kim was very afraid of being punished if Samjung found out that Solbi went out. But Minjun said that as long as Butler Kim didn't say anything, no one would know, and besides, his father was in Dubai now. Minjun took Solbi to a fancy outdoor restaurant. He told her that he was different from his father. One day he would let her live freely outside. Minjun left for a while to meet an acquaintance. While Minjun was gone, Solbi saw Sukang delivering fish to the restaurant. Although she knew he was still alive, Solbi was extremely happy to see him with her own eyes. The smile that had disappeared for a long time reappeared on Solbi's lips. After returning, Solbi told her mother about Sukang and that she wanted to be with Sukang. In order for her daughter to be happy with the person she loved, Misu agreed to help her daughter leave. Misu used her ability to find the best opportunity. The opportunity had come. While Butler Kim was serving a meal for two, Misu spilled a cup of hot tea on Butler Kim's hand, intending to force Butler Kim to take off his gloves. Then Misu quickly grabbed Butler Kim's hand, and the gem on Misu's chest lit up. She hypnotized the housekeeper Kim that Secretary Cha let them out. After being hypnotized, Butler Kim quickly led them out. The two of them successfully escaped to the hotel gate. In front of them was a group of tourists. Misu quickly put a hat on Solbi and told her to follow the group out. The sound of people chasing them got closer and closer. Solbi quickly said goodbye to her mother and left. Right after Solbi left, Misu fainted. Solbi left the hotel and suddenly saw Minjun. She quickly got into a nearby taxi. When the driver asked Solbi where she wanted to go, she used her ability to describe a little bit about where Sukang was. On Sukang's side, he woke up after having an unlucky dream. Looking at the dark sky before him, he always felt that today would definitely be a day of bad luck. When Solbi appeared in front of him, he was sure that his hunch was always right. Sukang didn't want to see Solbi, so he told her to leave, but Solbi said she had nowhere else to go. The taxi driver chased after her and yelled at Solbi for taking the taxi without paying. Solbi heard that and took out a gold bracelet, but the taxi driver only accepted the money. Solbi looked at Sukang in confusion. Kang, he had no choice but to help her pay. But hearing that the taxi fare was 150,000 won, Su Kang thought he was scamming her. The taxi driver was extremely wronged. He had to go all over Seoul to find a lucky fish shop for Sol B. Su Kang could only helplessly pay him. After paying, Su Kang angrily went inside the house, leaving Sol B standing outside. The people in the market saw Sol B coming to find Su Kang and thought she was his girlfriend. Suddenly, a woman came to buy mackerel. Su Kang happily ran out to sell the fish. The woman accidentally touched Sol B's hand and the gem lit up. Sol B told the woman to buy tuna instead of mackerel. The woman, when hearing Sol B's nonsensical talk, just thought she had mental issues. After the woman left, Su Kang discovered that she had left her umbrella behind, so he chased after her. After he left, Sol B picked up a bank card on the ground. She took the card and chased after them, but after a few steps, a man pulled her back. Sol B was attracted to the pretty things, but she had no money. Hearing this, the man pointed to the card in her hand. Then he pointed to a bank sign and said that the card belonged to everyone. Sol B actually believed those lies. She enthusiastically bought a lot of things. Su Kang and the owner of the card were helpless when they saw this. Su Kang had no choice but to take his money back to the woman. The woman wasn't angry, she just told him to take good care of his girlfriend. If this continued, something big would happen. The woman was about to go home when she received a call from her daughter. Her daughter told her to buy tuna because their guest was allergic to mackerel. These words were similar to what Sol B said earlier, making everyone feel that Sol B was very strange. They were afraid that Sol B and Su Kang would bring more bad luck to their market. After discovering that Sol B had disappeared, President Sam Jung was extremely angry. Sam Jung asked Min Jun if he was involved in this. Unexpectedly, Min Jun protected Sol B. In fact, when Sol B saw him at the hotel gate, he had also seen her, but Min Jun let her leave. That night, Su Kang took Sol B to the police station to help her find her family. Sol B looked at the drunk people there. She was worried that if she couldn't find her family right away, would she have to stay with them? Su Kang had no choice but to take her back to his room. Sol B was very excited to stay with Su Kang. She found an interesting book in his room and happily jumped on his bed. Su Kang couldn't help but smile when he saw Sol B so happy, but he quickly changed his expression and coldly told her to sleep on the floor. In the middle of the night, he was afraid that the floor was too cold, so he carried her to bed while he slept on the floor. While adjusting Sol B's blanket, Su Kang accidentally touched her hand. Sol B immediately started talking nonsense about butterfly tetra. Su Kang thought she was talking in her sleep. The next morning, Su Kang prepared things for Sol B to protect herself. He also gave her some money, then took her to the police station. He felt that his mission only needed to be done here. Su Kang continued to go to the market to trade. When he passed by the fish shop, he heard the owner lament that all butterfly tetra in the shop were dead. He remembered what Sol B said last night. He decided to buy the dead fish from the owner. After Su Kang had just bought all butterfly tetra, suddenly 2 restaurant employees came to the owner and asked to buy butterfly tetra. The fried butterfly tetra at their restaurant had suddenly become popular, so they needed to find ingredients urgently. The owner was extremely angry when she saw Su Kang selling the fish to the 2 employees at a high price. Su Kang happily returned to his fish shop, but his mind was still thinking about Sol B. He was worried about whether the police would help her get home. The Sol B he was worried about was hiding on the opposite side. She wanted to be by Su Kang's side, but she was afraid that he would find out and take her to the police station. The aroma of the fried dough stick nearby attracted Sol B. Sol B ate a fried dough stick and happily chatted with her new friend, Young Woo. Su Kang couldn't work with peace of mind, so he decided to go to the police station to ask about Sol B's situation. Sol B saw Su Kang leave and ran after him, but she was suddenly blocked by 2 bad guys. Chief Wong is Su Kang's creditor. Because he couldn't collect the debt from Su Kang, he decided to kidnap Sol B to make Su Kang ransom her. Sol B and the 2 went to the debt collection office. She wasn't afraid at all, but on the contrary, she was extremely excited. Chief Wong had something to do, so Daesik kept an eye on her. Daesik suggested selling Sol B so he could earn more money, but Chief Wong never played the human trafficking game. He warned Daesik not to do so. Then Chief Wong called Su Kang and informed him that Sol B was with him. Su Kang had to pay off all his debts before he could see Sol B again. After answering the phone, Su Kang immediately ran to the debt collection office. Even though Chief Wong warned him, Daesik wasn't afraid. He still called someone to sell Sol B. Seeing a bag full of money in front of him, Daesik was sure Chief Wong would be very happy to see it. At this moment, Chief Wong returned. He was angry that Daesik had sold Sol B without permission. The trafficker saw the 2 people arguing and felt that they were deceiving him. He threatened them and ordered Sol B to be taken away. During the struggle, Sol B grabbed Chief Wong's hand. With her ability, Sol B knew that Chief Wong was being tricked. The doctor only tricked Chief Wong into giving him money. He didn't really help with the surgery. Only she could help Chief Wong's son Hyun-soo. Chief Wong was surprised to see that she knew about Hyun-soo. He wanted to ask Sol B more, but she was taken away by the traffickers. Chief Wong immediately called the doctor to confirm. After realizing the doctor's true nature, Chief Wong angrily scolded him. Chief Wong almost got tricked out of a large sum of money. Not only that, he couldn't treat Hyun-soo in time. Remembering that Sol B was in the hands of of the traffickers, Chief Wang immediately chased after her. Solbi was now taken into the car by the traffickers. The car passed by Su Kang. Solbi saw Su Kang and blew the whistle he gave her. The trafficker saw this and immediately grabbed the whistle and threw it outside. Su Kang heard the whistle and turned around to see the familiar whistle on the ground. Su Kang immediately recognized Solbi in the car. He quickly borrowed a bicycle and ran into the shortcut to chase them. After a while of chasing, Su Kang finally succeeded in blocking the front of the car. He risked his life to rush towards the front of the car and forced the traffickers to stop. This action made the traffickers scream in fear. While the car stopped, Solbi took out pepper spray and sprayed it into the traffickers' eyes. Then Solbi ran out of the car. When Solbi and Su Kang were surrounded, Chief Wang appeared in time. He held back the traffickers and helped the two escape. But Chief Wang was alone, so he was quickly beaten savagely. Solbi and Su Kang were chased to a dead end. Su Kang was helpless and thought that he would die here today. But in contrast to Su Kang's panic, Solbi was extremely calm. At this moment, Solbi took off her gloves and grabbed Su Kang's hand. Her gem lit up again. She gave Su Kang a brick and told him to throw it when he heard her command. Solbi then used her power to hypnotize the traffickers to stall for time. Realizing that the opportunity had come, Solbi shouted loudly for Su Kang to throw the brick. The brick flew out of the alley and hit the police car. The traffickers saw the police and ran away in panic, but were all arrested in the end. The police quickly escorted them to the police station. Solbi and Su Kang followed. Strangely, Solbi did not mention that she was taken away by Chief Wang. Solbi explained to Su Kang that Chief Wang would be a good person. After leaving the police station, Solbi went to Chief Wang's house. As promised, she told Hyun-Soo how to have a chance to have surgery. Su Kang waited for her outside. He thought about what happened today. The more he thought about it, the more he felt that Solbi was a strange person. When he got home, Su Kang decided to ask Solbi about his doubts. Solbi didn't want him to know that she could hypnotize and predict, so she took out her wound to change the subject. Su Kang had no choice but to ignore the strange matter and treat her wound. After telling Solbi to stay at home, Su Kang decided to go to the hotel where she had stayed before to find out. He asked the receptionist if there was any customer who had lost a girl. The receptionist said that they had no lost customers at the hotel. At this moment, Su Kang saw Secretary Cha. He was talking to his subordinates about finding Solbi. Looking at the urgency on his face, Su Kang was sure that Solbi was not a normal guest at the hotel. So Su Kang quickly left the hotel. But before he reached the door, he was called back by the staff. Knowing that something was wrong, Su Kang quickly ran away. While running away, he bumped into Min Jun. Min Jun was also very surprised to see him here. Su Kang was in no mood to pay attention to Min Jun. He quickly ran towards the door, but unfortunately, the door was locked. Min Jun saw this and opened the door for Su Kang to escape. This action of Min Jun confused Su Kang. He didn't know if Min Jun was really a good person or not. Actually, Min Jun had known for a long time that Solbi was at Su Kang's place. He was just letting Solbi be free for a while. When Su Kang returned home, the homeowner asked for bike back. It was the bike he had borrowed when he went to save Solbi. Su Kang had no choice but to return to the scene to look for the bike. Solbi came down from the room and she saw him and happily running after him. After finding the bike, Solbi was taken home by Su Kang. This was the first time she had ridden a bike. She loved this feeling of freedom. So Solbi decided to take off the gloves that had been with her for more than 20 years. The reason she always wore gloves was to avoid direct contact with humans. When a witch touches a human, the human's misfortunes will be transferred to their bodies. Therefore, Misu did not allow Solbi to take off her gloves. Solbi's act of throwing away the gloves was like her wish to be freed. Su Kang decided to let Solbi stay at his house temporarily. He taught Solbi basic life skills. The next day, Solbi and Su Kang went for a walk in the market. Chief Wang suddenly ran over to thank Solbi. Chief Wang and his son did as she said, and they successfully got the chance to operate on Hyun-Soo. Chief Wang did not know how to thank Solbi enough. The merchants around were extremely surprised when they saw this. They did not know what kind of background Solbi had that could make a debt collector like Chief Wang so grateful. After talking with Chief Wang, Solbi learned that the reason everyone here hates Su Kang is because of the bad luck he brings, so she decided to make Su Kang the lucky guy of this market. Min Jun once again came to find Su Kang and Solbi. Su Kang was extremely angry when he saw Min Jun. Su Kang said that he was no longer the old Su Kang. Now that they had nothing to do with each other, he didn't want Min Jun to bother him. Solbi was excited to go to the store to help Su Kang. Because Su Kang didn't let her follow him, she had to ask the landlady for a ride to the market. As soon as she got out of the car, Solbi saw Min Jun waiting in the parking lot. She told Min Jun that she wouldn't be returning, but Min Jun warned her that if Sam Jun knew she was here and found out that Su Kang was still alive, Su Kang would be in danger. Now Min Jun would cover for her, so he hoped she would come back on her own. Solbi doesn't want to go back. She wants to go wherever she wants. After arriving at the Lucky Fish Shop, she used her positive energy to attract many more customers. Mrs. Soju, the owner of the fish shop next door, was extremely angry when she saw this. Soju ran over and scolded Solbi for stealing her customers. Solbi did not give in. Solbi immediately argued with her. During the argument, Mrs. Soju grabbed Solbi's hand. Using her ability, Solbi asked Mrs. Soju why your husband kept a kitten. Soju was scared when she heard Solbi mention a kitten. Perhaps Solbi had hid on some secret of Mrs. Soju's family. As for Minjun, he was being urged to get engaged to his fiancée Jung Kyung. Minjun suggested to Samjung to cancel this engagement. He could not deceive Jung Kyung about Solbi, but Samjung did not agree. Solbi was just a lucky charm, and a tool only needed to be hidden, not mentioned. But Minjun did not consider Solbi a tool. She didn't need to be imprisoned. Samjung then told Minjun that if Solbi stayed outside for too long, she would turn into a monster. Obviously, Minjun didn't believe it. At night, President Samjung had another nightmare. Lately, his nightmares had been increasing. Not only nightmares, but he also had hallucinations, which made him more and more tired. Minjun looked at his father's condition and was extremely worried. But his father didn't reveal anything to him. Su-kang was caught by Minjun when he went to deliver fish to a restaurant. This was the restaurant where Minjun had last brought Solbi to eat. Minjun asked Su-kang if he and Solbi had met here before, but Su-kang didn't want to answer any of Minjun's questions. Jung Kyung accidentally caught the scene of the two talking. She immediately went back to said her brother Jong-gun that she had met Su-kang. Jong-jun didn't believe it because Su-kang had clearly died 2 years ago. So Jang-jun immediately called Minjun to confirm. Minjun also didn't hide the fact that Su-kang was still alive. Jang-jun wanted to talk more, but Minjun hung up. Dong-shik is the nephew of President Samjung. Because he was curious about the secret that Samjung and Minjun were hiding, he investigated Solbi himself. After learning that Solbi had special abilities, Dong-shik became even more curious about her. Solbi was now running to confront Soju. Mrs. Soju said that Solbi's fish had maggots. This was a slanderous act to steal customers. Solbi wanted Mrs. Soju to correct the truth. During the argument, Mrs. Soju grabbed Solbi's hand. Solbi saw that Soju's husband was raising kittens. Mentioning kittens made Soju collapse. It turned out that kittens here were referring to virtual currency. Soju's husband had lost a lot of money on it. Now, he has invited more people to play with him. This act of calling for virtual currency investment is a scam. Solbi and everyone else rushed over in time to stop them. After being persuaded by Su-kang, Soju's husband also agreed to withdraw all the money he invested. To thank Solbi, Mrs. Soju invited them to dinner at Bangshi Chicken Restaurant. Solbi and Mrs. Soju talked more and more happily. This was the first time Solbi had drunk alcohol. The more she drank, the more excited she became, and finally she got drunk. Su-kang helplessly carried her home. Looking at Solbi lying motionless on the bed, Su-kang thought about her strangeness. He didn't know what had happened to her that she had to run away like that. Suddenly, Solbi sat up. Su-kang thought she was going to vomit, so he got something ready to catch it, but Solbi suddenly kissed him on the lips. That sudden kiss made Su-kang's heart beat faster and faster. The next morning, Su-kang asked Solbi about last night, but she only remembered when he carried her home. Seeing that she forgot about last night's kiss, Su-kang was extremely upset. The next day, on the way to the market, Solbi and Su-kang encountered a stray dog. It turned out that this dog belonged to Youngwoo's family. Youngwoo's grandmother sent the dog as a gift, but their family opened a restaurant so they couldn't keep a dog because its hair would fly everywhere. Youngwoo's parents wanted to return the dog to Youngwoo's grandmother, but they were too busy to know what to do. Suddenly, Su-kang suggested that he take the dog back to Busan. President Samjung continued to expand the search for Solbi. He even went to the gang to find her. When Chief Wang saw the photo of the person he was looking for, Solbi, he was extremely scared. He knew that he had to do something so that they wouldn't find her. Chief Wang quickly decided to lie that he had seen Solbi in Busan. Then he quickly went to the market to tell Solbi that someone was looking for her. But coincidentally, Su-kang and Solbi were actually in Busan at this time. They brought Youngwoo's dog to return it to Youngwoo's grandmother. The two of them went to Youngwoo's grandmother's restaurant and encountered a group of gangsters who were looking for Solbi. They looked at Solbi suspiciously. Solbi was taking a selfie with the phone Su-kang had just bought for her. Solbi kept posing. Her appearance was completely different from the person described in the photo, so Solbi was not recognized by them. Su-kang breathed a sigh of relief when he saw the gangsters leave. Youngwoo's grandmother was extremely angry when she saw the two of them coming and chased them away. Solbi complained that she was hungry and wanted to eat at the restaurant. Youngwoo's grandmother had no choice but to let them in to eat. The reason why Grandma sent this dog to Seoul was because she wanted Youngwoo's parents to bring it back so Grandma could see her son. Grandma and Youngwoo's family hadn't seen each other for many years because in the past, her grandmother said that Youngwoo was useless, which made Youngwoo's father cut off relations with her. Su-kang advised Grandma to apologize. Grandma's apology would definitely reconnect their relationship. At first, Youngwoo's grandmother refused, but when Solbi grabbed Grandma's hand, she immediately took out her phone to call her daughter-in-law and kept apologizing. President Samjung sat down and confided in Secretary Cha. He remembered the memories of himself and Mi-soo, who was being brutally abused by housekeeper Kim. Luckily, President Samjung rushed in just in time. He pushed housekeeper Kim to the ground and angrily chased her out. After that, Samjung carefully treated Misu's wound. Because he wanted to make it up to Misu, Samjung even took the initiative to lead her outside. The two of them watched the night view together and had breakfast together. Minjun's father's kindness caught his attention. He asked his father if Sol-bi was his sister. Samjung immediately denied it. It turned out that more than 20 years ago, Misu had also run away. Even though it was only for a few months, when she returned, she was pregnant with Sol-bi. Minjun was secretly happy when he knew that he and Sol-bi were not related by blood. Su-kang and Sol-bi returned from their trip to Busan. Thanks to the two of them, the relationship between Youngwoo's grandmother and his family had improved a lot. That night, while Sol-bi was waiting for Su-kang at home, Minjun came to see her. He thought it was time for her to come back. He would help her and her mother escape from captivity. He left his phone number and hoped that Sol-bi would contact him. Then, Minjun went to find Su-kang. He wanted to invite Su-kang back to the group. Su-kang's abilities shouldn't be wasted in a small fish shop. Minjun promised to make it up to Su-kang for what happened 2 years ago. Of course, Su-kang refused the offer. He angrily returned home. When Sol-bi saw Su-kang coming back, she greeted him with a series of strange expressions. Although he found her very cute, she still appeared calm and cold on the outside. Seeing that, Sol-bi thought that being cute had no effect on him, so she switched to another method. When Su-kang returned, Sol-bi covered herself with a blanket, turned her back on him, and coldly told him not to talk to her. Unexpectedly, Su-kang only looked at her with a puzzled look. As for President Samjung, he stopped searching for Sol-bi. He felt that Sol-bi outside was no longer pure, so there was no need to find her anymore. However, Samjung's brother In-jung wanted to have Sol-bi. In order to prevent Sol-bi from falling into In-jung's hands, Samjung continued to send people to look for her. Su-kang received a large order today. They asked him to deliver it to a designated warehouse. When Su-kang was preparing the fish for the order, he accidentally touched Sol-bi's hand. Sol-bi immediately felt something, but it was just a fleeting touch, so she couldn't see clearly. Sol-bi grabbed his hand to feel it more clearly, but Su-kang avoided it. He just thought that she wanted to pass on her luck to him. He told her to watch the store and left. Su-kang drove to the front of the warehouse. He looked at the deserted house in front of him and felt strange in his heart, but he still brought the box inside. As soon as he walked in, someone covered his head and knocked him unconscious. The more Sol-bi thought about it at the store, the more worried she became. She kept calling Su-kang, but couldn't get through. Lin felt something was wrong. She tried to remember what she saw when she touched Su-kang. Sol-bi hurriedly ran to find Su-kang. She called Chief Wang for help, but before she could say anything, a car blocked the road. Dae-sik used Su-kang to threaten Sol-bi to force her to go with him. After arriving at the warehouse, Sol-bi saw Su-kang had fainted and was extremely worried. She ran to untie him, but couldn't do anything because Sol-bi was quickly tied up by them. Dae-sik heard Sol-bi questioning him, but didn't care. His mission was to bring them here. He could leave now, but Dae-sik was quickly attracted to Sol-bi's pearl. Feeling that this must be something valuable, Dae-sik grabbed Sol-bi's necklace and left. After Dae-sik left, Sol-bi called Su-kang many times, but he still didn't wake up, so she had to bang her head hard on his face. The pain finally woke Su-kang up. Seeing the situation clearly, Su-kang and Sol-bi tried every way to untie. On this side, Misu had a feeling that Sol-bi was in danger, so she immediately asked Minjun for help. After Minjun knew that Sol-bi was in danger, he personally went to save her, but he was stopped outside by a group of men in black. Suddenly, a countdown clock sounded in the warehouse. A time bomb appeared in front of Sol-bi and Su-kang with a countdown of 10 minutes. Seeing the bomb made Su-kang even more panicked. The two noticed Sol-bi's brooch. They could use it to untie her. Su-kang tried to reach over and remove the brooch from Sol-bi's shirt. After a while, the brooch was finally taken out. They successfully untied each other. There was only a minute left, and all the exits could not be opened. Looking at the clock, there were only 10 seconds left. Su-kang cried out in despair. At this moment, Sol-bi calmed down. She walked over and grabbed Su-kang's hand, and a strange light flashed. Time has stopped right now, until everything moves again. The countdown timer on the bomb was deactivated. Before Su-kang could rejoice at his escape, Sol-bi fainted. At that moment, Chief Wang drove in and saved them. Dong-shik watched everything on the screen with great anger. He was the one who arranged everything. He wanted to see what Sol-bi was capable of that made his father fight with Samju. After seeing Sol-bi's amazing ability, Dong-shik suddenly wanted to have her. Misu and President Samju argued again. Since Sol-bi left, Samjung often had nightmares. He felt that these troubles were caused by Misu. Misu thought that Samjung was despicable, and he was afraid. He was afraid of retribution for his actions like his father. The imprisonment of Sol-bi and Misu in Samjung's eyes was nurturing and protecting. Misu would never forgive Samjo. Minjun returned with a face full of injuries. When Samjung asked about the reason, he only said that he had a dispute with his friends. On this side, after returning home, Sol-bi immediately got a fever. Su-kang took care of her all night. The next morning, Su-kang noticed that her necklace was missing. Sol-bi calmly said that Dae-sik had taken it. Su-kang was worried and wanted to ask for it back to help Sol-bi, but she knew that the necklace would find its way back, so she wasn't worried at all. Dae-sik was excitedly selling the necklace, but the shop owner said that it was just a normal stone and not worth much money. money. Daesik left angrily. He felt that the owner had a problem with eyes. If he couldn't sell it, he would keep it for himself. But when Daesik put on the necklace, the gem stuck to his neck. Not only that, he also felt extremely itchy. Daesik hurriedly ran to Solbi for help. Seeing Daesik rolling around and screaming, everyone in the market thought he had a strange disease and avoided him. It was not until Sukhan came to get the necklace around Daesik's neck that he was freed. But not long after, Daesik was beaten by Chief Wang. The people in the market witnessed that strange thing. They suspected that Solbi had psychic abilities and that if she was not suppressed, she would be in danger. So they decided to take Solbi to a famous fortune teller in the area. But when the fortune teller saw Solbi, she immediately knelt down very respectfully. Seeing Solbi being respected like that, everyone thought that she was a high-ranking witch. When Sukang heard the word witch from everyone, he was extremely angry. He did not want Solbi to stay here and hear such words. He advised her to go home, but she refused to go. That night, it rained heavily. Sukang's old attic house leaked a lot. The water leaked in and wet Sukang's bookshelf. Seeing that, Solbi quickly covered it up. Sukang saw that it was raining heavily and worriedly called Solbi, but she didn't answer. He worriedly ran home to find Solbi. He saw her sitting huddled in a corner and carefully wiping the wet books. Sukang was very worried when he saw Solbi getting wet. He told her that she didn't need to do that. But to Solbi, these books were his dream, so she had to protect them. But Solbi didn't know that the most important thing to Sukang wasn't the books. The most important thing to him was Solbi. Sukang gently kissed Solbi on the lips. He expressed his feelings to her. Solbi was extremely happy. Finally, her prince had officially confessed to her. The next morning was another sunny day. Everyone in the market was still noisy and happy as usual. A strange man suddenly appeared in front of the fish shop. When he saw Solbi, he immediately seemed to avoid and worry. Solbi innocently did not realize his strangeness. She thought the man came here to find a job. Coincidentally, their fish shop was also recruiting. When Sukang went out, the man immediately asked Solbi's name and age. When Sukang asked him how to address him, he introduced himself as Dung Hyuntae. Hyuntae was the one who helped Solbi's mother escape more than 20 years ago. He was also Solbi's father. After 20 years of imprisonment, Hyuntae was released from prison and was ordered by Mr. Il-jung to approach Solbi. Hyuntae quickly got acquainted with everyone and started working. Solbi called Chief Wang. Then she used the excuse of having a headache to go home. She and Chief Wang went to sell her jewelry. She used the money she earned to redecorate the attic. When Sukang returned, he was very surprised. His shabby and cold house had now become beautiful and warm. Every corner of the house was meticulously decorated by Solbi. Sukang was extremely happy. He held Solbi's hand. Solbi's pearl suddenly lit up. She looked at him and said strange words. She told him not to go. Solbi said and hugged Sukang tightly. Tears rolled down her cheeks. Maybe something bad was about to happen in the future, but it didn't happen right away. The next day was still a happy day. Sukang and Solbi happily woke up together. They went to the market to trade together. Min-jun still went to the market to observe Solbi as usual, but was followed by his fiancée Jan Kyung. To find out more information, Jan Kyung decided to probe the merchants at the market. Jan Kyung came to Min-jun with her arms full of gifts. These were all bought from Sodong Market. Min-jun saw that and knew she had been following him. Jan Kyung asked him about Solbi. Seeing him firmly protect Solbi made Jan Kyung feel extremely heartbroken. During this time, Solbi and Sukang experienced an extremely happy love. Sukang also secretly ordered a ring and flowers in advance to prepare to propose to Solbi. Sukang's adoptive father Tae-chun suddenly visited Sukang. Sukang immediately introduced his girlfriend Solbi to Tae-chun. When Tae-chun saw Solbi's pearl, his eyes seemed to be thinking about something. When Tae-chun saw Hyuntae coming out of the fish shop, both of their expressions changed. It turned out that when Hyuntae and Misu ran away, Tae-chun was the assassin hired to kill Hyuntae. Now that their children were together, both fathers were worried. After Samjung investigated and found out that Solbi was at Sodong Market, he immediately sent someone to arrest Solbi. President Park saw the men in black gathered at the market and immediately went to inquire about the situation. He knew they were here to find Solbi. Looking at these people, he knew they were not good people. So President Park immediately told Young-woo to run back to inform everyone while he immediately called Sobo-ju. Young-woo ran back while shouting that there were bad guys coming to arrest Solbi. Then everyone in the market together stopped the men in black to help Solbi and Sukang escape. While the two were escaping, they encountered Min-jun. Strangely, Min-jun had no intention of capturing them, but even helped them escape. After returning home, Solbi told Sukang everything. Sukang left angrily after knowing the story. If what Solbi said was true, then his mother's death and his being hunted down were both related to her ability. He regretted bringing her to his house that day. Sukang went to the hotel. President Samjun was very surprised to see him alive. Sukang questioned President Samjun why he did that. He considered President Samjun as his father, but President Samjun brought him misfortune. He would definitely announce that President Samjun was holding Solbi captive and make President Samjun pay the price. After saying that, he left. Min-jun calls Sukang back. Min-jun warns Sukang that Solbi is his woman. Letting Solbi show herself would put her in danger. But Min-jun's act of imprisoning Solbi made Sukang Kang very angry. Samjung went to visit his crazy father. The late chairman kept muttering that the witch was taking advantage of them, so they had to kill the witch. Only then could they escape. After sitting with the late chairman for a while, Samjung left the hospital. As soon as Samjung left, Minjun entered the hospital. He wanted to find out about his father's condition. He discovered that his father was receiving psychological treatment. At this time, Samjung went to Sol B. He wanted her to stay away from Minjun and go to a place where Minjun couldn't find her. He would arrange for Sol B to meet her mother again if she agreed to move. Sukan received the flowers and ring he had ordered, but he was no longer in the mood to propose. Seeing everyone in the market happily giving gifts to Solbi, Sukan's mood was extremely complicated. He coldly led Solbi home. When Solbi got in the car, she found the flowers and ring that he had prepared. She happily put the ring on her hand. Sukan wanted to say hurtful words to Solbi, but when he saw her happy smile, he couldn't bear to. When he got home, Sukang immediately packed Solbi's luggage and told her to move out. While holding Sukang, Solbi felt something. She chased after Sukang and told him that he had to meet that woman. That woman could help change everything. Sukang ignored her strange words and coldly left. That night, after Sukang returned home, he couldn't find Solbi. He worriedly ran to look for her everywhere. Solbi was at Chief Wang's office at the time. She went to find Chief Wang to borrow money, but Chief Wang wasn't there. After she found the office key, she stayed and waited for Chief Wang to come. After Chief Wang knew that Solbi came here to borrow money, he told Daesik to stay and take care of her while he left to inform Sukang. Daesik saw that Solbi needed money, so he suggested that she could be a fortune teller. She could use her prophetic ability to make money. Hearing that, Solbi immediately went to the fortune teller to tell everyone's fortune. While Solbi was holding Youngwoo's mother's hand, Solbi panicked and told her to stop her husband and not let him go to the oil store. Otherwise, it would be too late. Solbi also told everyone to quickly call the police. Youngwoo's mother didn't understand anything, but still hurriedly called her husband to come back. Everyone quickly called the police and ran to the oil store. Hearing the police siren, Daesik remembered what Solbi told him to stand in front of the crosswalk. That way, he would meet a beautiful girl. Daesik immediately ran to the crosswalk. At this time, a masked man rushed into the oil store. He threatened the owner of the store with a knife. Seeing the police running towards him with a gun, he ran away. While running across the crosswalk, the masked man accidentally bumped into a girl. This girl was the one Solbi mentioned. Daesik quickly went to help the beautiful girl. The two looked at each other romantically. The masked man continued to run away when he met Chief Wang and Su Kang. The two immediately helped the police catch the masked man. After Su Kang knew that the person who reported to the police was Solbi, he immediately went to the witch's place to find her. Seeing Solbi telling fortunes for everyone, Su Kang was extremely angry. He pulled her outside. Solbi was extremely angry and said that he had already chased her away. Now she could earn money to support herself. Su Kang shouted that if Solbi had the ability to see the future, why didn't she prevent his mother's accident? She ran away from the hotel because she didn't want to be taken advantage of, so what she was doing was no different from before. He wished she didn't have this hateful ability. Solbi also wanted to become a normal person, so she left her mother and went to Su Kang. Now hearing Su Kang's hurtful words, Solbi felt that she had no reason to stay. While leaving, she met Hun Tae. He admitted that he was her biological father. Seeing a strange man suddenly calling her his daughter made Solbi unable to accept this truth. She ran away immediately, but she had nowhere else to go. Solbi had to return to the hotel. Minjun was extremely happy to see her take the initiative to return. He ignored Samjun's ban and still brought Solbi to her mother. Solbi happily ran to hug Misu, but in response, she was cold. Misu now no longer recognized her. Seeing the mother she loved now no longer clear-minded made Solbi regret leaving her mother alone. While Solbi was telling Misu about the interesting things outside, Samjun came in and told Solbi to move out. He felt that Solbi had lost her purity due to the things outside. Samjun wanted Solbi to stay away from Minjun. Solbi refused to leave. She had lived here for more than 20 years, so now she wanted to stay and take care of her mother. The argument between the two of them agitated Misu. Misu stood up to protect her daughter. Misu did not allow Samjung to hurt Solbi. Samjung had to give up on forcing Solbi to move out. Minjun wanted Solbi to be comfortable, so he had her and her mother's room renovated. Everything was fixed according to Solbi's wishes. She and her mother were allowed to go out if they wanted to. A few days later, So Kang went to the court to remove his missing notice. From now on, he would live under his true identity. Today, a strange woman came to Su Kang. Su Kang immediately remembered the prophecy that Solbi told him. This woman asked him about the woman who could prophesy. Su Kang thought she was going to see a fortune teller, so he pointed to the fortune teller at the end of the market. The woman knew that he didn't want to reveal anything, so she left him a business card and then left. Dongshik wanted to get Solbi, so he tried to lure Su Kang to his side. He wanted to cooperate with Su Kang to get revenge on Minjun, but Su Kang refused. Su Kang went to OK Jin with the business card. OK Jin was surprised because he came sooner than she thought. She took out a broken gem. Su Kang was surprised because this gem was exactly like Solbi's gem. It turned out that OK Jin was Misu's aunt, and she was also a witch who could see fortunes before, but she became a normal person. Su Kang asked Jin about how to make Solbi a normal person, but she said that now was not the right time. He has to wait until he really want to help Solbi to find her, but not too late. Otherwise, Solbi will be in danger because the bad luck accumulated in the witch will explode at some point. It brings danger to themselves and the people around them. Solbi is now telling her mother about life outside. Seeing that Misu seems to want to eat fried dough stick, Solbi immediately calls Minjun. They go to Seodong market to buy fried dough sticks. Everyone in the market knows that Solbi is coming, so they bring a lot of food to give to Solbi. She and everyone are chatting happily when they meet Su Kang, who has just returned from delivering goods. Su Kang doesn't want Minjun to show Solbi around a lot. It won't be good for her, but Solbi thinks that Su Kang said that because he feels embarrassed. She angrily pulls Minjun away. She and Minjun just returned to the hotel when they were caught by Jang Kyung's mother. She immediately paid attention to Solbi. She said that such a beautiful person must not be a secretary. Solbi immediately spoke up for Minjun. Solbi introduced herself as his cousin. Jang Kyung's mother wanted to shake hands with Solbi, but Minjun stopped her. After Minjun and Solbi entered the elevator, he asked her why she said she was his cousin. His engagement with Jang Kyung was cancelled, so she didn't need to do that. Minjun said that the person he loved was Solbi, but she was not moved by his confession. If he loved her, then why didn't he openly introduce her to outsiders? He still considered her a treasure that had to be hidden in the house. That was not the love Solbi wanted. Solbi enjoyed dinner with her mother. She was given many delicious dishes by everyone in the market. In the outside world, she met many good people. She wanted her mother to leave this place with her and live like a normal person, but her mother refused to go with her. Misu could no longer be a normal person. While Solbi was walking alone in the hotel, Dongshik approached her. He wanted Solbi to tell his fortune. Solbi agreed to tell his fortune on the condition that he paid. Dongshik happily took out his wallet. After telling Dongshik's fortune, Solbi told him to go to a Chinese restaurant tomorrow to eat dumplings. When Solbi returned, she felt unwell. Misu saw that and knew that she had touched someone with an evil soul. Misu asked Solbi who she had told her fortune for. She answered that it was Dongshik. Solbi saw that he was an evil person who bullied the weak. Misu advised Solbi not to care about anything, but Solbi did not agree. 2 years ago, she listened to her mother and did not care about anything, so she could not prevent Su Kang's mother's accident. Now, she could not leave the weak to be bullied. The next day, Dongshik went to the Chinese restaurant as Solbi had told him. Coincidentally, Su Kang was also at this restaurant. Su Kang was discussing with the red shirt boss about the renovation of Sodong Market, but this red shirt boss was a scammer. He took advantage of the market's merchants' lack of knowledge of the law to take advantage of them, but Su Kang discovered and exposed his plot. The red shirt boss was extremely panicked. He explained the benefits of cooperating with him. At this moment, Dongshik walked in through the door. Dongshik went up and scolded the red shirt boss. It turned out that the red shirt boss worked for Dongshik's company, but he dared to use the company's money to do illegal business and deceive his superiors. Dongshik had someone take the red shirt boss out. Dongshik tried to persuade Su Kang to join his side. Su Kang was not interested in Dongshik's words. Su Kang and President Park left. As soon as Su Kang left the dining room, he saw Solbi and Minjun. The atmosphere between the three was very uncomfortable. Mr. Park saw this and took the initiative to leave first. Solbi invited Su Kang to have dinner with her and Minjun. Surprisingly, Su Kang readily agreed. After sitting at the table, the two men did not say a word to each other and just ate silently. Solbi thanked the two men. She thanked Su Kang for helping her adapt to the outside world. She also thanked Minjun because thanks to him, she was able to see her mother again, as well as be free to go out. She invited them to this meal as a thank you. After the meal, Su Kang told Solbi to take care of her health. She should not predict the future for others anymore. Solbi thanked him for caring for her. Chief Wang went to the Chinese restaurant as Solbi had told him. Unexpectedly, he met Dongshik in the dining room. After Dongshik learned that Chief Wang was introduced by Solbi, he trusted and promoted Chief Wang. Chief Wang took this opportunity to investigate Dongshik's father, who had participated in the pursuit of Solbi. Minjun used the excuse that his father had a mental illness to ask the court to appoint a guardian. Sam Jung angrily threw a glass of wine at Minjun. He felt that Minjun had gone crazy. Because of Solbi, Minjun treated him like that. Sam Jung ordered Secretary Cha to block the news so that the shareholders would not be confused. Sam Jung looked at Minjun with disappointment. Then he went to find Solbi and Misu. He thought that they were controlling Minjun, but they denied it. Whatever happened, or is about to happen, is all Sam Jung's own doing. Su Kang has now truly become a lucky guy in Sodong Market. He is loved by everyone, completely different from the rejection when he first arrived. This reminds him of Solbi's promise to make him a lucky guy. Su Kang goes to the church that he and Solbi used to go to. The surrounding scenery reminds him of the time when the two of them were still happy together. He suddenly remembered when he was young. His mother told him to protect the person he loved well. Su Kang decided to find a way for Solbi to become a normal person. This time, he really wanted to help Solbi. He went to Ok Jin's place. She was very happy to see him again. This time, she started telling Su Kang Kang everything. Their magical powers originated from ancient times. The powers would be passed down from generation to generation. All the children born were girls. From birth, these children had a blue gem in their hands. Those who wanted to possess their powers always tried to hide them. Okay, Jin and Solbi's grandmother were twins, but had different personalities. Okay, Jin wanted to escape from captivity. During one of her escapes, she met her lover. To free her, her lover tried to break the gem. Since the witch cannot destroy their own gem, the gem must eventually be broken by someone else. Since then, she lost her prophetic ability and lived like a normal person. After hearing the story, Su Kang still didn't know what he should do to break the pearl. Okay, Jin told him to find a way himself, but he had to remember that Solbi had absorbed too much misfortune. If he didn't help her become a normal person quickly, she would turn into a ghost. Su Kang quickly went to find Solbi. He wanted her to leave with him. He would help her become a normal person. Although Solbi was very touched, she couldn't agree at the moment because she still had things to do. She coldly refused Su Kang. Solbi agreed to come out to see him, just to return the engagement ring she had proposed to earlier. Su Kang was heartbroken and held on to Solbi. Minjun immediately stepped forward and pushed Su Kang's hand away from Solbi. Minjun said that this was her home. While Minjun and Samjun were arguing, Il-jung convinced many shareholders to side with him. Samjun wanted to advise Minjun to stop. If Minjun continued to confront him, someone else would benefit. But Minjun was determined not to stop. He would protect both the company and the person he loved. Samjun went to Il-jung. Samjun warned Il not to provoke him, otherwise the consequences would be very serious. Il-jung was extremely angry when he heard those threats. He ordered his subordinates to bring Hyun-tae to see him. If Hyun-tae did not bring Solbi to him tomorrow, he would have someone gouge out Hyun-tae's eyes. This would make Hyun-tae never see his daughter again. Hyun-tae made an appointment to meet Solbi. He prepared a gift for her, but Solbi refused to accept it. She did not acknowledge him as her father, because no father would want to sell his child for money. Hyun-tae was shocked when he heard that, and quickly explained to Solbi, but she did not want to listen. She stood up and told him to go with her. Solbi took the initiative to go to Il-jung. Il-jung was extremely happy to see her come here with Hyun-tae, but Hyun-tae was extremely worried. Hyun-tae begged Il-jung to spare Solbi, but how could Il-jung agree? He laughed at Hyun-tae and even mentioned that he intended to sell Solbi and Misu 20 years ago. Hyun-tae panicked and explained to Solbi that he didn't do that, so he had to go to jail for 20 years. Solbi knew what Hyun-tae said was true, and she also believed he was sincere. So today she came here because she wanted Il-jung to stop tormenting her father. Hyun-tae was extremely surprised when Solbi called him dad. Just as Il-jung was about to touch Solbi's hand, he changed his mind. He wanted her to see someone else's future. He would send her the address later. Of course, he would still pay her in full. Hearing that, Hyun-tae pulled Solbi away. Hyun-tae wanted to leave this place as soon as possible. After going out, Hyun-tae kept apologizing to her. Solbi interrupted him. She affirmed once again that he was not her father. She admitted that Hyun-tae was her father in front of Il-jung to make him trust her and let Hyun-tae go. Solbi turned around to leave and met Su Kang. He ran here because he was worried. Then she and Su Kang went to Sodong Market to eat. When everyone heard that Solbi had arrived, they gathered to visit her. Everyone missed her very much. Solbi was very happy to be with everyone. She secretly asked everyone for a few things. Everyone quickly left, leaving only Su Kang and Solbi to eat chicken together. Su Kang thanked her for being by his side and becoming his lucky goddess. Solbi asked him if he had met the woman in the prophecy. While Su Kang was answering her, Minjun burst in. He came to take Solbi back. Su Kang wanted to stop Minjun, but Solbi stopped him because she intended to return there anyway. After returning, Solbi and Minjun went to see Jong Kyung. From their brief meetings before, Jong Kyung was very interested in Solbi. Jong Kyung is a novelist. She needs more inspiration for her upcoming works. She was curious about the room where Solbi lived, so she wanted to go and interview Solbi. Solbi saw that Jong Kyung was really interested, so she slowly described the dark room where she had been imprisoned for more than 20 years. She also welcomed Jong Kyung's visit. Hearing that, Minjun interrupted Solbi. He didn't want them to continue talking about this issue, so he quickly told them to go back. After Solbi left, Hyun-tae moved in with Su Kang. That night, while Hyun-tae was cleaning, he accidentally saw an old photo of Su Kang. He was very surprised because the woman in the photo was Misu. Su Kang didn't expect Hyun-tae to know this woman. At that time, he was too young to remember who she was. Hyun-tae then told everything. It turned out that Solbi's mother had met Su Kang, and the love story between him and Solbi had been formed a long time ago. More than 20 years ago, they met when Hyun-tae and Misu were running away. They were saved by Su Kang's mother. When Misu touched Su Kang's belly, Misu was able to see many images of the future. Even though she saw the future, she couldn't do anything else. Misu looked at Su Kang and secretly placed her hope in him. Chief Wang followed Solbi's request. He brought the rabbit toy of the red shirt boss to Su Kang. When Su Kang knew that this was Solbi's request, he carefully observed the toy. It turned out to be a USB. After plugging the USB into computer, Su Kang discovered a big secret. The person who ordered his assassination 2 years ago was not Samjun but Il-jung. Il-jung ordered Tae-chun to kill Su Kang. After Su Kang learned the truth, he immediately drove to Taechun's house. Kang asked Taechun why you didn't kill me but saved me. Taechun also told Kang the reason why he saved Kang. It was because he listened to Misu's prophecy from 20 years ago. At that time, she used her prophetic ability to save Taechun's son. She begged him to save a young man in the future. Thanks to Misu's earnest plea, Kang was able to save his life. Samjun had been thinking a lot lately but didn't know what he should do to save everything. He went to Misu and asked her for her opinion. This was also the first time in his life that he wanted to hear Misu's opinion. Before, Samjun only took advantage of her prophetic ability and saw her as a tool to exploit. Now he truly saw her as an ordinary person. Then Misu told him to bring Kang to see her. At this time, Kang took the initiative to contact Samjun. Kang called Samjun to his house and showed Samjun the video of the truth of the incident 2 years ago. Although Samjun was not the one who ordered Kang's death, he was also part of the cause. He agreed to atone for his sins the way Kang wanted. Kang immediately said 2 things he wanted. First, Il-jung had to pay the price. Second, Sol-bi and her mother were free. Samjun agreed with him, but Sol-bi was not forced to stay. She did not want to leave. Sol-bi stayed because she wanted to find out the reason. Kang returned to the company and took the position of president's secretary. Samjun's appointment of Kang made Min-jun very angry. He did not allow Kang to be near Sol-bi because of this, and he and his father had an argument. Kang was led to Sol-bi's room by Secretary Cha. Looking at the place where Sol-bi was imprisoned for more than 20 years, Kang felt even more heartbroken. He was determined not to leave her here alone anymore. That night, Kang came to find Sol-bi. Sol-bi tried to persuade Kang to leave. It would be very dangerous if he stayed here, but Kang did not listen to her. For Kang, as long as he was with Sol-bi, everything would be fine. He took out Huntae's gift and gave it to Sol-bi. Then he left. Misu took the initiative to call Samjun to meet her. She wanted to tell Samjun about the things she had always hidden. In fact, Sol-bi was not Hyuntae's daughter, but Samjun's daughter. At that time, in order to escape from here, Misu hypnotized Hyuntae to help her. After Samjun learned the truth, he was extremely miserable. He regretted what he had done in the past even more. Even if he wanted to take his daughter back now, Sol-bi would never forgive him. According to Kang, from now on, their family will eat together in the main room. The meal was quite awkward at first. At this time, Samjung took out a bank card for Sol-bi. He told her that she could use it as she pleased. This was a privilege that she had never had before. Sol-bi was surprised to receive the bank card. Misu understood that Samjo wanted to make it up to their daughter. After knowing about Sol-bi's appearance, Jang Kyung's brother was extremely angry and went to the hotel to find Min-jun. Jang Kyung quickly ran after him to stop him. While talking with Min-jun, Jang Kyung saw Sol-bi and Kang coming out of Min-jun's house. Jang Kyung only thought that Sol-bi was in the hotel, so when she encountered this situation, she was extremely surprised. Min-jun wanted to explain but was stopped by Jang Kyung. Now Jang Kyung just wanted to talk to Sol-bi alone. Sol-bi also knew that it was very difficult to explain this matter. Sol-bi wanted to hold Jang Kyung's hand to comfort her, but when Sol-bi touched lightly, she saw something. Sol-bi told Jang Kyung that she must add hydrangeas to the bouquet. Jang Kyung looked puzzled. At this moment, Min-jun came and took Jang Kyung home. Jang Kyung felt that she could not accept it. She had previously withdrawn because she thought that Sol-bi loved him too, but the truth was not so. Min-jun was loved Sol-bi unilaterally. From now on, Jang Kyung was determined to make Min-jun hers. Jang Kyung mustered up all her courage to force a kiss on Min-jun, but his cold expression made her feel discouraged and leave. A few days later, Jang Kyung bought flowers to visit Min-jun's mother's grave. When she saw the hydrangeas, she remembered Sol-bi's words. Jang Kyung told the shop owner to wrap hydrangeas for her. When she arrived at the grave, Min-jun was already there. He was very happy to see the hydrangeas. Because his mother's favorite flower was hydrangeas, he thanked Jang Kyung for remembering everything about his mother. Just like that, the relationship between Jang Kyung and Min-jun progressed in a more positive direction. On this side, Il-jung was extremely angry when he could not find the red shirt boss who threatened him. In order to quickly find this person, Il-jung called Chief Wang and ordered him to find the red shirt boss. Chief Wang was extremely happy to be appreciated by Il-jung, but in fact, Chief Wang was following Kang's wishes. Chief Wang tried to prolong the time so that Il-jung could not find the person. The red shirt boss was currently hiding at Taechun's place. With the permission of President Samjun, Kang brought Misu to Okjin. Misu was extremely moved to see her aunt again after many years apart. But the main purpose of Okjin's coming here was to find a way to end this cycle of suffering to free Sol-bi. Okjin said that the cause of everything was the Son family's Konghua group. That company was able to develop as it is now thanks to their prophetic ability. That building has absorbed bad luck from everywhere, so it must be destroyed to end this suffering. After leaving Okjin's place, Misu went to see Hyuntae to lift her hypnosis on him from more than 20 years ago. After Hyuntae calmed down, he was extremely sad because Sol-bi was not his daughter. Looking at the diamond ring that Misu gave Hyuntae, suddenly remembered that Sol-bi had promised to help Il-jung see someone's future to save him. After hearing that, Kang went to find Sol-bi. At this time, Sol-bi was going to a strange hospital hospital with Il-jung. It turned out that he had brought Sol-bi to see his father's future. Il-jung wanted to know where the remaining shares of the corporation were hidden and when he could inherit the corporation. Although the late chairman was no longer conscious, when he saw Sol-bi, he still recognized her as a witch who could predict. The late chairman held out his hand to Sol-bi. After Sol-bi grabbed the late chairman's hand, his expression changed from madness to pain. He panicked and begged Sol-bi to stop. Sol-bi told the late chairman that his bloodline was coming and would take his curse away. Il-jung was extremely worried when Sol-bi mentioned the curse. Il-jung only wanted to know how to inherit the Komhwa group. He didn't care about the curse. He wanted Sol-bi to tell him what she saw. Sol-bi immediately told Il-jung to go see Ok-jin. She would give Il-jung what he needed. At that moment, Samjung came to the hospital room. He was extremely angry and scolded Il-jung. Then Samjung took Sol-bi out. Su-kan was already waiting outside. He quickly helped Sol-bi and took her home. When he got home, Samjung wanted to know what happened at the hospital, but seeing Sol-bi's unwillingness to talk, he didn't force her, but he promised that from now on, he would not let Il-jung bother her anymore. Sol-bi suddenly reached out her hand. Samjung and everyone immediately stopped her, but if Il-jung didn't want to bother them, there were some things Samjung needed to know. In the end, Samjung still put his hand on her hand. Sol-bi immediately saw an American financial company about to go bankrupt. Samjung heard that and immediately went to find Secretary Cha to discuss work. Minjun hurriedly returned to visit Sol-bi, but strangely, when Sol-bi saw Minjun, she immediately became crazy. She grabbed Minjun's collar, repeating that Minjun was the one who would take away the curse. He would have to take them. Sol-bi's crazy appearance made everyone scared and heartbroken. Su-kang gently approached. He hugged Sol-bi and kept comforting her. Sol-bi also gradually calmed down in Su-kang's arms. Il-jung went to find Ok-jin, according to Sol-bi's words. He had great faith in her prophecy. Ok-jin was also a major shareholder of Komhwa Group, so Il-jung wanted her to join his side. But when he met Ok-jin, he was terrified. He clearly remembered that this woman was dead, but Ok-jin calmly said that the dead person was her twin sister. At this time, Il-jung also remembered that the other woman also had a twin sister. He did not waste any more time and directly stated his purpose. Ok-jin asked Il-jung why she had to help him. Il-jung quickly analyzed the situation that Mi-soo and Sol-bi were her relatives, and they had been imprisoned by Samjung for more than 20 years. If Ok-jin helped him get the group, he would release Sol-bi and Mi-soo. Ok-jin seemed to think about it, but in the end she agreed to join his side. But she had one condition. She wanted Il-jung to invest in an American financial company. The large amount of investment made Il-jung hesitate a bit, but in order to get Komhwa Group, he still agreed to invest. Il-jung happily left without knowing that this investment would cause him to lose everything. That investment contract was prepared by Samjung, and the finance company was the one that Sol-bi saw going bankrupt. After Il-jung saw the news that the company went bankrupt, he immediately felt unwell. He had put all his money into it. Not only that, he was also being asked for money by investors. Il-jung immediately called Ok-jin and asked her to find a way to help him, but Ok-jin still ignored him. She only promised to vote for him and had nothing to do with him financially. Only then did Il-jung realize that he had been scammed. Before he could think of a way to save him, the prosecutors arrived to investigate his financial fraud. Il-jung immediately pretended to faint and signaled Dong-shik to call an ambulance. The prosecutors were already familiar with these tricks. They calmly called an ambulance and watched him go to the hospital. Il-jung wanted to stay in the hospital to postpone the prosecutor's summons. At night, Dong-shik was thinking of a way to solve this problem when a group of investors suddenly appeared. The investment team forced Dong-shik to go crazy, but no one cared about him. They quickly took all the valuables and left. After thinking, Dong-shik remembered the recording pen that he had put on Il-jung when Il-jung brought Sol-bi to meet the late chairman. Dong-shik took out the recording pen and listened to everything that happened that day. Dong-shik learned that the late chairman was suffering from a curse and would pass it on to anyone of his bloodline who came into contact with him before he died. Dong-shik laughed creepily as he listened. The weather was nice today, so Su-kang and Sol-bi had a great time. Su-kang asked Sol-bi if she could leave and go with him to a place where no one lived a peaceful life. But Sol-bi rejected Su-kang. Now she can't leave because she has seen Minjun's future. Minjun is the one who will take on the curse instead of the late chairman, and there is no way to stop it. She can't leave Minjun behind. Samjung has filed a petition to accept Sol-bi as his daughter, but Secretary Cha stopped him. If he wants to accept Sol-bi, the story of him keeping them and their mother captive will have to be made public. Komhwa Group will not be able to withstand the pressure of public opinion. Secretary Cha suggests that Samjung takes Sol-bi back after this year's shareholders meeting. Minjun accidentally hears this conversation. He walks over and grabs the confirmation form from Secretary Cha's hand. Minjun can't believe what it says. He questions Samjung that why you previously claimed that Sol-bi was not my sister so that I could have feelings for Sol-bi that I shouldn't have. Sol-bi is also just now told the truth by Mi-soo. Sol-bi's heart was filled with disappointment. When she was little, she also suspected that Samjung was her father, but her mother kept telling her that he was not. Now her mother told her that he was her biological father. The person person she hated and resented the most was her father. Solbi asked her mother if Minjun knew yet. Seeing her mother silent like that, she worriedly went to find Minjun. Solbi found Minjun on the roof of the building. Minjun told her a lot about his impression when he first saw her, about his thoughts. Minjun and Solbi talked for a long time. After knowing that the curse of the late chairman would be received by Minjun, Samjun was extremely scared. He tried every way to save Minjun. He went to Ok-jin and begged her to save Minjun. Samjun was willing to sacrifice his life. Ok-jin gave Samjun a string. He immediately put it on his hand. On this side, Il-jung now not only faces a summons, but also a huge debt to pay. If they get the Komhwa group, everything will be resolved. While thinking of a way to get the group, Dong-shik remembers the curse on the late chairman. He has come up with a way. He calls Minjun and tricks Minjun into visiting the late chairman with the intention of immediately transferring the curse to Minjun, making Minjun lose the ability to inherit the group. Minjun doesn't know anything, so he agrees to go to the hospital to visit the late chairman. At the hospital, the late chairman is breathing with difficulty, but he still holds out his hand as if waiting for someone to take away his curse. A figure gradually appears at the door of the room, but the person who comes is not Minjun, but Samju. Samjun comes to take away the curse in place of his son. When he holds the late chairman's hand, both of them are in great pain. A strange light flashes, and it gradually moves to Samju. After the light disappeared, the late chairman rolled his eyes and passed out, while Samjun became dazed. He was no different from a vegetable now. After returning home, Misu saw Samjun's condition and knew that he had transferred the curse to him. Misu held Samjun's face in pain. By the time Minjun arrived at the late chairman's room, he was no longer breathing. Minjun called Secretary Cha to inform him. During the entire funeral, Samjun did not say a word, but everyone just thought that he was too heartbroken. When Minjun received the guardianship certificate for his father, he immediately went to find his father, but no matter what he asked, Samjun remained silent. Only then did Minjun realize that something was wrong. Misu told him the truth that Samjun had taken the curse for him. Samjun had risked his life for him. Minjun was extremely agitated and ran away. Solbi immediately chased after him. Minjun felt disgusted with himself. He was like a fool who didn't know anything. Without his father, he was afraid that he wouldn't be able to handle everything. Now, he just wanted to leave and hide from everything. Solbi advised him to calm down. He still had many friends around him and his father's sacrifice. If he ran away like this, would he feel comfortable? Minjun told Solbi to go back with Sukang first. He wanted to be quiet for a while. Solbi and Sukang slowly returned. Solbi wanted to hold Sukang's hand again. When she held someone else's hand, she could only see their future. But when she held Sukang's hand, she could see her future with him. Sukang originally didn't agree, but with her begging, he decided to hold her hand. Solbi closed her eyes. Blurry scenes appeared in her mind. But there was no happiness, but chaos and Sukang's collapse. Solbi's eyes were filled with fear and worry. At this moment, the red shirt boss was not content. He did not want to hide at Taechun's place anymore. He wanted to return to Seoul. Taechun did not want him to cause trouble for Sukang, so he decided to kill the red shirt boss. Right when Taechun was holding a knife to kill someone, Chief Wang and Dae-sik ran over to stop him in time. It was Sukang who told Chief Wang to come here. Because he was afraid that Taechun would not believe him, Chief Wang took out his phone and called Sukang. Sukang told Taechun to leave quickly because Il-jung wanted to capture him. It would be dangerous to stay now. Sukang had already prepared a train ticket for him. Taechun prepared his luggage and left immediately. Chief Wang called Solbi to ask about how to deal with the red shirt boss. Solbi told Chief Wang to hand him over to Dong-shik and keep it a secret from Sukang. Chief Wang took out the rabbit-shaped USB and returned it to the red shirt boss. Chief Wang suggested that the red shirt boss try to threaten Dong-shik. Maybe he could earn more money. Suddenly, a car appeared outside the gate. Dong-shik's men finally came here. Chief Wang and Dae-sik immediately pushed the red shirt boss forward. When the boss saw Dong-shik, he immediately used the illegal things they had done to threaten Dong-shik. But Dong-shik's purpose was different. He wanted the red shirt boss to confess about the assassination of Sukang. The red shirt boss only needed to confess everything and then go to jail for a few years. Dong-shik would prepare a good job for the red shirt boss after he got out of jail. The red shirt boss felt that Dong-shik was crazy. If he confessed to the assassination, it would mean sending Dong-shik's father to jail. But that was Dong-shik's purpose. Il-jung couldn't keep the group and only knew how to scold him all day long. Dong-shik couldn't stand this father anymore. The red shirt boss was forced to go to the police station. The prosecutor immediately went to the hospital to arrest Il-jung for inciting murder. Ever since Solbi held Sukang's hand and saw their unfortunate future, she has been constantly worried. She went to her mother. Solbi wanted to know if the future could be changed, but Misu's answer was definitely no. Not only that, if Solbi tried to change the future, it would be worse than what she saw. Solbi didn't want Sukang to be in danger, so she wanted Sukang to leave. She even used careless words to chase him away, but Sukang didn't care. He was determined to stay by Solbi's side. He wouldn't leave. No matter what misfortune happened, he would turn it into good fortune. Sukang gave Solbi a kiss to calm her worries. Ever since Samjung received the curse, Misu has been taking good care of him. Misu also chats with Samjung often. Today is is Solbi's birthday. Misu is reading to Samjung about the letters Solbi wrote to her father when she was little. The content of each letter is read out loud, making Samjung extremely regretful and painful. He knows that Solbi will never forgive him for his past actions. Solbi is now looking at a small music box. This is the birthday present Samjung gave her when she was little. At that time, she threw this box away, causing it to fall and break, but Samjung picked it up and fixed it. Samjung gave it back to her a few days ago. While looking at the music box, she found a small piece of paper. In it was Samjung's apology and expressed his happiness that Solbi was his daughter. Remembering what Samjung tried to make up for made her feel like she could forgive him. She asked Sukang to go to Sodong Market together. When she returned, Solbi bought a lot of gifts for everyone. She bought ties for Minjun and Samjung. Minjun was surprised to receive her gift. Then she took out a lot of dresses and shirts for herself and said that she bought them with Samjung's bank card, so consider them as gifts from her father. Minjun saw that she had accepted Samjung. They were now her whole family. Minjun was also a very responsible brother. He promised to protect Solbi and Misu from now on. Then Minjun solemnly handed his sister over to Sukang. Everyone happily ate together. It was a peaceful and happy scene, but that peace could not last long. After the red shirt boss turned himself in, he honestly confessed all of Dongshik's crimes. The prosecutor immediately went to arrest Dongshik, but he was lucky to escape. Dongshik was sure that these things were caused by Solbi. He won't spare her. Solbi went to Sodong Market to gather with everyone and celebrate her birthday. Meanwhile, Sukang and Minjun attended the shareholders meeting. The meeting decides whether Minjun can take over as chairman of the group. While the meeting was taking place, news spread online that Chairman Samjun was secretly and illegally imprisoning a witch. This news made the other shareholders extremely confused. Secretary Cha announced the end of the meeting and returned with Minjun. Sukang immediately went to Sodong Market to pick up Solbi, but as soon as they arrived at the hotel lobby, they were discovered by the ex-housekeeper. The ex-housekeeper pointed at Solbi and said that she was the imprisoned witch. Reporters immediately surrounded the two. The ex-housekeeper wanted Solbi to admit her identity as a witch in front of the reporters, but Solbi outwitted everyone. Solbi stood in front of the ex-housekeeper and sincerely apologized. Solbi's apology made the ex-housekeeper stand in silence. Dongshik appeared outside the hotel door. He enjoyed the chaotic scene inside with satisfaction. This was his revenge on Solbi. Secretary Cha suggested that Solbi and Misu should stay away for a while, but Solbi felt that she could confidently appear in public. There was no reason for her to hide. Minjun also felt that this matter should not be hidden anymore. Let's face it directly and solve it. Minjun held a press conference. During the press conference, he admitted the existence of Solbi and her mother. Keeping them was due to his father's wrong decision, but now that his father has lost civil capacity, so Minjun took responsibility for this. The press conference seemed to end there, but the reporters were curious because of the appearance of Solbi and Misu. There were many questions for the mother and daughter. Misu explained everything. It was her decision to live in the secret room. She stayed because she was hiding outside. One person asked about the relationship between Misu and Samjung. Minjun frankly admitted that she was his mother and Solbi was his sister. The reporter continued to ask Misu if she had imprisoned her daughter. Although Solbi insisted that she was free to go out, the fact that she did not go to school and did not have any documents to prove her existence put her in a difficult position to answer. At this moment, everyone at Seodong Market ran over. They came to prove that Solbi had gone out to work. Together, they told the reporters about the good deeds Solbi had done, along with very real photos of Solbi at the market. That helped Minjun enter the corporation to save the day. Dongshik saw that everything had failed and left in anger. He went crazy and went to find the ex-housekeeper and was even asked for money by them. That made him so angry that he wanted to kill them. Minjun saw that the situation on the internet had calmed down, so he thought that everything was over. But Solbi thought about what she had seen in the future. The image of Dongshik holding a gun pointed at Solbi made her constantly worried. Misu spent the whole night confiding in Solbi. Misu's wish is that Solbi can become a normal person and live happily with the person who loves her sincerely. Misu asked Sukang to take care of Solbi. Even though she is no longer here, she entrusted Solbi to him. She hopes that the two will live happily together. Misu then took Samjung away. Secretary Cha, after helping them to a safe place, said goodbye to the two and left. He went straight to the police station to receive punishment for his mistakes. The news that Secretary Cha took all the responsibility made Dongshik very angry. Dongshik ordered the two ex-housekeeper to be interviewed and said that Solbi was not a witch, but a witch who sucked the life force of people. The witch also hypnotized others to obey her. The late president and Samjung were mentally ill because of the witch. The rumor that Solbi was a witch who brought bad luck quickly spread everywhere. When Solbi and Sukang went to Sodong Market to distribute invitations to her house, they were met with strange looks and avoidance from everyone. Solbi did not understand what was happening. Seeing everyone's unwelcoming attitude towards her, Solbi and Sukang had no choice but to return. Hyuntae was very angry when he saw everyone fearing and avoiding Solbi. He said that what those rich people were suffering was their own doing and had nothing to do with Solbi. It was a waste of Solbi's help during the past time. Hyuntae's harsh attitude made everyone in the market afraid. They did not dare to say anything more and immediately dispersed. After knowing about the incident, Jang Kyung's mother immediately went to Minjun to cancel the engagement. No matter how Minjun explained, she still could not marry her daughter into this family. She also warned Minjun not to contact Jang Kyung anymore. After saying that, she left immediately. While Minjun was still thinking, Jang Kyung appeared at the door. She was also carrying a suitcase. Seeing Jang Kyung's appearance, Minjun immediately knew that she had decided to run away from home. Minjun was worried about her. He was afraid that Jang Kyung would get into trouble if she was caught by reporters. He advised her to listen to her mother at this time, but Jang Kyung did not agree. She insisted on staying here until they got married. Minjun also wanted to advise Jang Kyung, but Solbi had already seen Jang Kyung. Solbi was very happy to see her. Solbi took Jang Kyung to her secret room. Jang Kyung was very excited to visit all over the room. Jang Kyung also mentioned the rumor that Solbi was a ghost. Minjun was afraid that Jang Kyung would say something hurtful to Solbi, but Jang Kyung did not do so. She said that she liked ghosts. Her favorite character in the stories was the witch. Solbi was very happy to hear these words. Su Kang's side has recently been searching for Dong Shik's whereabouts, but since he had people from the police station, they couldn't rely on the police anymore. They had no choice but to search for suspicious places themselves. After discussing with Chief Wang, Su Kang brought the invitations that Solbi had drawn herself to Sodong Market. He gathered everyone and told them about Solbi's situation. The room she was staying in had no windows. For 20 years, Solbi had been completely isolated from the outside world. After she left there, she came to Sodong Market. So the people in the market were everything to Solbi in the outside world. Solbi cherished them very much. Being shunned like this hurt Solbi. Su Kang hoped that everyone would stop shunning her. Everyone in Sodong Market was a good person and they loved Solbi very much. They were just a little afraid of the rumors online, so when they heard Su Kang's words, they were deeply moved. Each person stepped forward to receive the invitation. Seeing their portrait meticulously drawn on the card by Solbi made everyone extremely happy. Everyone laughed and talked happily and was very excited to be at Solbi's house. That night, Su Kang took Solbi to the rooftop. He decorated the rooftop beautifully to make Solbi happy. Solbi was extremely happy. Suddenly, she came to Su Kang and asked him if they went back to the beginning, would they remember everything that happened or would they forget? Su Kang told her to forget everything, forget all the hardships and heartaches, and they would start over from now on. Su Kang's words made Solbi think. She pulled Su Kang's hand and pointed to the star in the sky. She hoped that Su Kang would always shine like that star, even if they were far apart. Su Kang understood the hidden meaning in her words. He immediately hugged Solbi. He said that it was not one star, but two stars next to each other. Then he grabbed Solbi's hand and took out the engagement ring from before and put it back on her hand, as a promise that they would never be apart. Misu left with Samjung for a while. After arranging everything, Misu used her last ability to help Samjung break the curse. She slowly held Samjung's hand. Along with the magical light of the stone, Samjung kept twitching. When the light ended, Misu immediately passed out. After Samjung regained consciousness, he called Misu's name loudly, but she no longer responded. At this moment, Solbi had a nightmare. She called out "Mom" loudly, then woke up with a start. Her head was in great pain. The phone on the table suddenly rang. It turned out to be Dong Shik calling. Dong Shik was no different from a madman now. He hated Solbi for destroying everything he had. To get revenge, he also wanted Solbi. He believed that Solbi would soon come to find him. Dong Shik had Chief Wang and Dae-sik arrested and lured Su Kang to the place where he had placed the bomb. He then sent a photo of the bomb to Solbi and told her to come here within 59 minutes. Furthermore, she had to go alone. If she told anyone, the bomb would explode immediately. To make the threat more serious, Dong Shik let Solbi hear Chief Wang's screams. Solbi was extremely worried and scared. After Solbi found Dong Shik, she anxiously looked at the people who were tied up. She wanted Dong Shik to release them. Chief Wang and everyone else wanted her to leave quickly. The noise made Dong Shik impatient. He fired a shot to scare everyone. Dong Shik said that she not only had to save them, but also everyone at the hotel. Dong Shik showed Solbi a picture of the bomb he had placed at the hotel. After a series of threats, Solbi obediently followed Dong Shik. He wanted her to enjoy dinner with him and watch the Komhwa Hotel explode. Suddenly the countdown stopped at 3 minutes and 1 second. This made Dong Shik extremely surprised. He kept sighing and became more eager to have her. While Dong Shik was forcing Solbi to kiss, Su Kang had caught up in time. Solbi heard Su Kang's call and pushed Dong Shik away. She was worried and wanted him to leave immediately, but Su Kang didn't listen. Dong Shik was very angry when he saw Su Kang. While Su Kang was fighting with the subordinates, Dong Shik quickly pulled Solbi away. After Chief Wang and Dae-sik were untied, they helped Su Kang deal with the enemy. Su Kang immediately chased after Dong Shik. Seeing Dong Shik pointing a gun at Solbi, Su Kang was extremely worried. Su Kang carefully advised Dong Shik and hoped he would stop. Dong Shik knew he couldn't go back anymore. He warned Su Kang not to come closer. Solbi looked at Su Kang constantly approaching, and in her mind, she thought of the scene when he fell. Solbi didn't want that to happen. She pushed Dongshik away and grabbed his hand. Solbi used her power to die with Dongshik. As long as Dongshik died, Sukang would no longer be in danger. The gun in Dongshik's hands slowly pointed at his head. As soon as Dongshik pulled the trigger, Sukang rushed over and pulled Solbi away. But Solbi was still lost in her own thoughts. Solbi's eyes were full of anger, and the magical light around her did not disappear. Even if Sukang called Solbi's name, it was useless. He immediately kissed Solbi on the lips. His kiss brought Solbi back to her senses, but before she could react, Sukang was shot. The gunshot caught everyone's attention. Solbi watched Sukang fall in front of her. Finally, the scene she feared the most still happened. Solbi's whole body sank into despair. At this moment, Minjun brought the police to find her. The police proceeded to surround and arrest everyone. Dongshik slowly walked down with the gun. He pointed the gun straight at Minjun. Solbi's despair and pain stimulated the stone's power. She screamed and begged Sukang to come back. Along with her scream, a miracle happened. The entire space around her was paused. Time seemed to go back to before Dongshik pulled the trigger. Solbi reminded Sukang that there was a gun behind him and told him to look back quickly. Sukang immediately turned around and controlled Dongshik. Thanks to Solbi's reminder, Sukang escaped. Minjun and the police rushed in and took care of the remaining people. But strangely, when Sukang turned back to look for Solbi, she was nowhere to be found. Only her necklace was on the ground. They couldn't find her. Solbi seemed to have disappeared from this world. But Sukang still believed that Solbi was alive. He went around posting flyers looking for her. Everyone in Sodong Market was also very sad when Solbi went missing. They distributed flyers to many people and hoped that one day they would find her. After Misu helped Samjung break the curse, Misu's health became increasingly weak. Samjung regretted that he was not strong enough to take her away, but Misu told him not to regret it. The time spent with him made her happy. After saying a few words, Misu died peacefully on Samjung's shoulder. Samjung heartbrokenly hugged Misu. A subordinate brought Minjun a package. The package only listed the recipient, not the sender. Minjun opened the package and found Misu's necklace inside, along with 2 letters. One letter was to Minjun, the other was to Iljung. Minjun took the letter to find Iljung. Even though Iljung had been in prison for a while, his temper was still as hot as before. After Minjun said that he would sell the Kunhua group to pay off the debt that Iljung caused, Iljung immediately went crazy. Iljung did not allow Minjun to sell the Kunhua group, but Minjun did not care. He left his father's letter and left. In the letter was Samjung's apology. He hoped that Iljung would forgive him for his uselessness. After reading the letter, Iljung felt a little emotional, so he decided to admit all his sins. Dongshik, who was beside him, suddenly laughed like a madman and kept muttering strange words. This symptom was exactly the same as the late chairman's. Could it be that Solbi had passed the curse onto Dongshik? Sukang had never given up on finding Solbi. Whenever someone reported news about her, he would immediately run to confirm it, but time and time again it was not true. He desperately went to find OK Jin. She advised him not to worry too much. If their fates were tied together, then no matter where they went, they would still find each other. Sukang had been silently praying, didn't know how long Solbi had been missing. Today, Sukang received news of Solbi again. He hurriedly contacted Chief Wang and Daesik. The 3 of them quickly ran to a remote countryside. The old lady saw Sukang coming and asked if he was looking for Zhongjia. Hearing the unfamiliar name made Sukang feel disappointed. He thought that this time he had failed again. But when Sukang stepped outside, he couldn't contain his joy when he saw the girl with a familiar face. Sukang slowly called Solbi's name, but the answer was who he was. Solbi introduced herself as Zhongjia. The old lady saw that and immediately explained that Zhongjia was the name of her daughter who ran away from home, because when Solbi came here, she didn't remember who she was, so the old lady called her by that name, Zhongjia. Sukang was sure that this was Solbi, but she had lost her memory. Because he wanted her to gradually accept him, he told Chief Wang and Daesik to go back first. He would stay here with Solbi. Seeing that he was stubborn and didn't want to leave, Solbi came and asked Sukang what they were to each other. In the past, many men saw that she was stupid and lied to her, so now even if Sukang explained that they were about to get married, she wouldn't believe it. Sukang knew he couldn't be in a hurry. He tried to get to know her again. Every day, Sukang followed Solbi to deliver goods. One day, Solbi accidentally fell on the street and Sukang quickly went to help her up. Over time, Solbi also began to notice Sukang, who was curled up because of the cold outside. She took the initiative to bring him food. Even though it was just a small bowl of noodles, it made Sukang extremely happy. One time, when Sukang was shopping at the store, he noticed the ring on Solbi's hand. He was very happy that she was still wearing it, even though she didn't remember anything, because it was their engagement ring. Of course, Solbi also noticed the ring on his hand. After he left, she looked at the ring on her hand. She felt that there must be some story between them. She quickly chased after Sukang. Solbi asked him how he met her. Sukang quickly took out the necklace and gave it to her. The story between them was a long one. After hearing the story from Sukang, Solbi agreed to go back with him. After seeing Minjun and John Kyung, Solbi didn't know how to react to them. Sukang immediately introduced Minjun as her older older brothers, and they were about to get married. Minjun was no longer the young master of a tycoon family. He sold the Kumhwa Group and switched to developing in the online novel industry. Now between Minjun and Yang Kyun, it was not a marriage of convenience, but true love. Solbi felt that everything in the house was new. She was also curious about whose style this was. Then Sukang took her to Sodong Market. Everyone in the market tried to reenact what had happened in the hope of helping Solbi remember something, but Solbi only found their acting skills boring. Sukang leads Solbi to his attic room. Looking at her photos here, Solbi wondered what they had experienced when they lived together. While Sukang still didn't understand what she meant, she immediately said what would happen if a man and a woman loved each other and lived together. Before she could finish her sentence, Sukang interrupted her. He shyly said that they had only kissed. He also teased Solbi and asked if she wanted to try it again. At first, Solbi happily agreed, but when Sukang was about to kiss her, she pushed him away. That night, Solbi directly expressed her feelings to Sukang. Even though she didn't remember anything, she still liked him in a simple way. Sukang immediately proposed to her. Their wedding was held at Seodong Market. Although the wedding was simple, it received many sincere blessings from everyone. After a while, Solbi gave birth to a cute baby boy. This was the crystallization of their love. Their daily life as new parents is not easy but full of happiness. Above is the entire content of the film. Thank you everyone for watching. Goodbye, and see you again in the next videos.